So, sorry, I have some phlegm in my throat or something along those lines. Anyway, um, I know nobody's gonna listen to this because who wants to watch a random person from a random country talk about philosophy? But I'm doing this more for myself than I am for you. But I'm still doing it regardless. Now, I saw on this app, it's called Philosophy, pretty straightforward name. It asked me today, is God real? Now, I think, in my personal opinion, I think it is impossible to know. And even if you asked a Christian, well, we're just going to be talking about, God, Christianity, Catholicism, we're going to be focusing on that, even though my point kind of encompasses every religion ever made, but, well, maybe not every religion, but anyway. Is God real? I think there is no way of knowing. And even if you asked a Christian, is God real? And he said yes, then why is it called faith? Right? And I think this is because even if you have seen or you believe that you have talked to God yourself, you just simply can't prove that, right? And so you preach that and you gain followers in a faith um, organized group. And I'm not going to, stand here and say that religion is bad by any means. It's not. Of course, there's been some crazy stuff that's happened with religion backing it as a moral compass of sorts. Now, um, I think the best way to think about if God is real is touching base on a thing called a true world theory. A true world theory is the idea that all religions, the faith, or not even the faith, but like they live so they can die and go to the afterlife. And I think it's a pretty valid thing to say. Like, when, let's have an example here. Let's say go back to the 17th century, so the 1600s. You're a farmer, and you're like, man, it hasn't rained in a while. Pray to God. To cement the hope inside of yourself, right? You have no idea whether your prayers will be answered, but the prayer itself is what you confide in. And any good response that coincidentally matched up with your uh, wish, you associate with God answering your prayer. And you could also turn that on me and say, well, hey, you're saying that if God answers my prayer, it is a, what's the word? Not a consequence, a coincidence. It would be a coincidence. You're saying God answering my prayer is a coincidence. And I can't really rebuttal you on that, but if I loop back to my main point, you cannot prove that God exists, and I cannot prove that he does not exist. But since I do not know for sure, and I also can't disprove it, I live in the middle ground. I can neither disprove nor approve, or approve. This is called, fuck. I think this is called, being agnostic. You just simply don't know, and you're okay with that. Now, because all religions are a true world theory, something created to, I guess, if I'm gonna really simplify it here, it's like a morale booster or a something to hope for instead of living in the harsh reality of Earth that is now and definitely was back fucking 100 years ago. Is pretty shitty, or not even 100 years ago. But yeah, you're just like, man, if only someone could fix my problem. And if only I believed in something, or I created a set of principles to live by that will give me the key to lack of hardship. Now, that is basically what Catholicism is, right? You're going to be like, hey man, you don't do bad shit. You go to a place where you can do whatever the fuck you want. Or you could be one with God, or whatever it says. I'm not sure. But, yeah, like, I would, if anybody ever sees this video and, like, actually watches it, I want you to tell me why I'm wrong. If I'm wrong. I want to hear your side. Because then it will help me evolve as a human being. And I think we should all be like that. We should never have, well, okay, I'm not going to say never, but you should try not to have a predisposed opinion on something that you don't know enough about. Like, say, you heard a rumor in school that John, that John, uh, said some bad words to James. Well, if you consolidate that into, well, I'm not even going to use the word consolidate because I don't know what it really means enough to use it, but if you let one rumor become your entire opinion of someone, that's, it's just not enough info to go on. You should always approach the situation and let the situation itself build your opinion of the situation. Is that so hard, or not so hard, so bad of me to say? I don't know. But anyway, going back to the whole God thing, and I want to preface this, like, I'm not against religion in any way. Religion is awesome. It gives people hope and it makes people happy. There's nothing wrong with that. But for the people that use their religions as a way of, say, like, if you're a Catholic and you use your religion to be mean to gay people, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't care if God said it. Don't fucking do that, right? Don't do that. They're humans too, right? Yeah, yeah. So, I don't know. I think religion, now that religion has existed for thousands of years, it is now necessary, and the world would have a very tough time without it. But if religion never existed, and so let's say hypothetically, the thought never crossed human beings' minds, I think if, say, like, we didn't have religion till literally 2025, and then some guy said, hey, you should believe in a guy that we can't see, and you have to have faith in him because if you live by his principles, you'll go to a place called heaven, and if you don't live by his principles, you'll go to a place called hell. We would be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about, right? So now, and actually Friedrich Nietzsche said this, um, there are most, because he was a nihilist, right? He said, like, feelings and other shit are illusions. And I think that applies to religion. But I'm not just going to say religion is a illusion. I think it is a necessary illusion because it has already been around for so long that we actually need it now. But what I'm saying is if we didn't have it, we wouldn't need it. That's what I'm saying. I hope you enjoyed the video. This was a 10-minute rant, but I enjoyed it. I really did. Um, this is more for myself.